Hi, my name's Lindy Cowling and welcome to my channel. My website is www.lindycowling.co.uk. My email is info@lindycowling.co.uk, and the title of this video this hot sunny afternoon in the United Kingdom is How Entrainment Connects to Connections. How entrainment connects to connections. Now, I'm not just going to make the link between how entrainment connects to a connection, the connection, or multiple connections you have with other people, whether that be through your conscious connections, whether that be through unconscious relations, whether that be with soulmates, whether that be with twin flames, whatever, catalysts, whatever. I'm also going to make the link between how entrainment connects with the energy of creation as well, and to other areas of your life. So as I get started here, I'm just going to say before I launch in, I hope you guys are doing well. Obviously large parts of the world at the moment are experiencing some quite interesting weather conditions, shall we say. And that would be another video in itself, which I'm not going to get into here on this channel at the moment, of why that is. But suffice to say, many countries in the world are experiencing quite extreme weather conditions one way or another, and we've had quite a long heat wave here in the United Kingdom, with just a few days respite really, and then we're back into it again. So whilst it is absolutely fantastic to have the sunlight and the warmth and the sunshine, and I'm a sun sign being a Leo anyway, so I love that, we're not really geared up for it like many countries. We're not geared up for it, so we don't have any air conditioning or anything, so it's been quite interesting, shall we say, and sometimes quite challenging. Although the plus side is it's absolutely fantastic to be able to do things outside and get outside and things like that. So that is part of the reason why I haven't been on camera. I've also been awfully busy doing other things, and let's say my energy is going more into the direction of laying the foundations for the book that I am beginning writing, which I want to have completely done by the end of this year, really. So I'm focusing on that kind of area as well, so that's another reason why I haven't been on here. So I hope you are all doing well. Of course, you know, the energies have been particularly intense. We have many aspects of planets going retrograde and all sorts of things going on, which does seem to have an effect on our individual and collective energy. So there's lots of stuff happening, and the most common word people are using is intensity at this time. Anyway, so all of those things combined means I haven't been able to get on camera for a couple of weeks, but here I am, so let's get started. So how entrainment really affects your, or connects to your connection, and to also to the connection to source within yourself. So I'm going to relate the whole thing. So as I get started, really it would be probably a good idea to say what entrainment means. Entrainment is when you have, well, let's use the example of string instruments or a violin or a guitar or something like that. When three particular strings are playing a particular pitch, even if you haven't played a fourth string at that same pitch, the fourth string will automatically align with and match identically to the dominant frequency of the 3 strings that were at the same pitch. So I'm going to repeat that again. If you were like playing a violin or a guitar, and you were playing 3 strings to the same pitch, even without making a 4th string physically play the same pitch, the 4th string aligns with the dominant frequency of those 3 that are the same pitch, and the 4th aligns with them so it matches them and they all become the same pitch. And that is basically what entrainment means, or entrainment is. Now, the way that my, excuse me, I'm having to put a fan on here. So if my hair blows around crazily in the breeze, I hope it's not too noisy on camera, you know why. I find the whole thing of entrainment absolutely fascinating, and to me it totally aligns with the whole aspect of us as spirit, as essence, as consciousness in form, because really our whole micro universe and macro universe, let's say the whole cosmos, the whole construct, the whole holograms, the whole experiencing life through the forms we are, is all intricately connected with sound and frequency and vibration. So how I am aligning entrainment, which is other energy aligning with the dominant frequency, the dominant pitch, the dominant vibration, how I'm connecting this is it can be totally aligned and connected with human relationships and the human awakening process, because let me give a simple example. If you are going through a process of awakening, and that process of awakening over a period of years has taken you into connection with not one person, but maybe, I'll give an example, maybe you've connected with a couple of people that are soul family, maybe you've connected with a couple of catalysts, maybe you've connected with a soulmate, maybe you've connected with a twin flame. The dominant frequency that you are not only aligning with internally and externally, but the dominant frequency that you are becoming or have become the embodiment of attracts and aligns with other experiences, shall we say, or other people or other connections outside of you, and they literally vibrate on the same pitch, because your dominant frequency, your embodiment frequency, your what I call resting state, so your balanced, most common modality of frequency vibration, attracts in those that also have that, let's say, attraction in energy, vibration and sound to that particular pitch, because they are resonant with it, or they are also the embodiment of it, whether it's through an awakening process, whether it's they've got to a certain point and become the embodiment of that. And we can apply this to any kind of connection. Any kind of connection this applies. Again, catalysts, soul connections, spiritual connections, soulmates, none of the above, matching consciousness, conscious connections, We can even apply it to totally unconscious connections. This is people that are not going through an awakening process, people that are very much in the linear world and linear perception and the physical world, who have not awoken at this point in time, but that their dominant frequency is a particular sound or pitch that has been repeated repeatedly. So let's say it's been repeated multiple times, 3 times or more times, and as a process of entrainment, what their dominant frequency or pitch is in their experience, in their habitual patterns, in their programming, in their development, in their life experience, attracts in more of the same. So on a negative flip to that polarity, you could say that people that have been through over and over again traumatic connections, trauma and abusive connections over and over again, multiple times, why they attract in more of the same connects with this process of entrainment. What becomes their dominant frequency, in other words, if they're almost expecting, and it's within their energy field and their frequency, more of the same, that 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th person comes along and basically matches the dominant frequency within them, within their life experience and within their embodiment. First question you're going to ask me is, can it be changed? Absolutely, but it can only be changed if one is conscious, aware enough within themselves that it can be changed. Because as one raises their game or raises their consciousness or becomes more aware or becomes clear of particular belief systems, programmings, patterns, etc., etc., all of which are covered on this channel, one can become more conscious and they can be making the decisions then outside of programmed reality and belief system reality, and to a certain degree outside of negative entrainment reality, if they're repeating more of the same, let's say, negative cycle, and to align more with the positive entrainment reality, because the attraction point, if you like, within themselves would have raised. So automatically, because they're becoming more conscious and their game, their inner game, their micro game is raised, their macro game raises. So who they connect with, a person or multiple people, because as you go through an awakening process, all of the eggs aren't in one basket here. You might connect with different people in different forms, in different ways. You help them along, they help you along. But the amazing thing is as you raise your game, those you connect with are matching that. And again, this applies to every category of connection. As you become more conscious and are not governed by things stuck in the pain body or the mental body or the etheric body or belief systems, programmings, or habitual things, etc., as you become more conscious, the status or the height that you can maintain in your own consciousness and with someone outside of you becomes higher and in a balanced format because of the absence of all of these things. Now, I could almost take it a step further and say that it doesn't just relate to human relations and human awakening, but the whole fabric and structure of our so-called reality or realities. Because as it is based on sound and vibration and frequency, it also relates to creation and the energy of creation. I was going to say obviously, but if it's the first video of mine you ever watch, maybe you won't think it's obviously, but for those that have been with me on this channel for 4 years, the energy of creation all comes from the portal of the heart. So the energy of creation comes into it here because how you can or cannot create, or are aware of or are unaware of creating, and the negative and positive outcomes you get from that are all in accordance with your, let's say, balanced state, or all in accordance with your dominant frequency. So you can change what your dominant frequency is by the revealing of and the uncovering of all those things that make you largely unconscious. Because all these things combine to be giving your dominant frequency. Some of these things are within your control in your life, and some of them would seem as if they're out of your control, but your frequency, once you're aware that you can do something about it, is 100% totally able to be within your control. And once you realize that, you can literally at that point start creating from the heart portal and creating your reality in accordance with a higher raised inner dominant frequency, all connected with entrainment. Because in other words, from that heart portal of inner creative energy that you are, you will reach a certain point as you become more conscious where you will keep attracting in more of the same. So not just in relationships now, but in every aspect of your life. Every single aspect of your life. So this doesn't just relate to relationships, it also relates to, well, the relationship you have with yourself, but also to your relationship to the world you live in, the life force that you are, the experiences that you're having, and the reality that you wish to create. And on that note, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, so I'm going to love you and leave you. As always, thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for supporting me as that channel in all the ways that you do. Take care of yourselves wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys again soon, and I hope you found that interesting and enjoyed that. Thanks guys. Bye.